Okay, so Mad About the Beats are in the building.
Hello.
I'm the mint reviewer.
It's Pepper.
The pepper reviewer.
What up?
As in peppermint.
Shout out to my peppercorns. What's going on?
Yeah, so I'm the cool cat, and you're just the hothead, aren't you?
If you were a cool cat, you would have said I'm the cool cat.
People have told me this.
Okay.
Okay, so we're talking about the Brits, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so that was just this week, and I have got the full list of Brit winners here. So I don't know. What did you think about the show in general? It
was really boring, really dull and boring.
But you know what? People have said that, but but it's always boring. And do you know what? The Grammys, a lot of these stuffy shows are actually quite boring. And I think actually compared to the Grammys, I preferred the Grammys style.
No, the Grammys are always a bit lively. There's always a bit of this was just dull. The performances were dull. I mean,
JT, Justin Timberlake.
Okay, he was probably the only one that had something about him. I mean,
did you think he was? How did you think he was vocally?
Vocally, I thought he sounded great, and I love that new song.
At first, I was, my eyes were like slit because I was like, is he managing this okay?
No,
is he managing?
It was effortless for me.
It wasn't effortless. I think he's got older and it's getting a bit of a challenge. But he pulled through, and I think it was actually quite a good song. It's the first time I heard that song.
It's a great song.
Mirrors, was it?
Yeah, I love that.
And he was all right. But what was interesting was that he's getting older now. Before,
yeah,
no, it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's interesting. It's getting interesting. It just made me think when I was watching. I just thought, in the olden days, he would have come on in a white suit. He would have done some geography. He would have done there would have been a bit of a break dance in there.
Times have changed.
Things have
moved on.
And so
he can't be doing the same thing.
So I'm actually interested to see what he now does in his older age. Obviously, he's not got a walking stick, but he's now a mature 30-year-old now, isn't he?
Yeah. So
that will be interesting. But yeah, he was all right.
He was all right, but the rest of the show was just dull, boring. No standout performances. I mean, as good as Emily was, the whole...
I just thought it was pretty damn rude that she didn't take her coat off. I'm sorry, but, she might have had a nice dress under there, but I couldn't see it because she was wearing...
That was a bit odd,
But she was essentially the person of the night, wasn't she?
It was her night.
It was her night. And I have to say that we both reviewed her album on our website. And I have to say, by the way, that my review was done a long time ago, and I played the album again and again, and it really is an album that grows on you. The music there is quite beautiful. It really does blossom as you listen to it and listen to it.
I found it dull.
It's a piece of artwork,
I
think.
It dull then, and I still find it dull. Nothing's changed.
You still find it? When was the last time you listened to
it? I haven't listened to it. I don't listen to it because it's a dull album. And the thing is, I think she's got a great voice. She's a talented songwriter who's a musician, so the talent is not in question. I just thought her album was dull. Hopefully, the next album.
I think individually there were really good songs. It's probably, I think, what the problem is here is that a lot of it was very slow.
Yeah.
So it maybe comes
very
across
earnest.
as being dull. But
it didn't help that Alicia Keys was on one of the songs.
Which one?
Yeah, Hope.
Oh yeah, okay.
That didn't help. So,
Alicia Keys is another topic really because
I think it's over.
It's kind of slowing down. I think it's slowing down a little bit.
Anyway.
But yeah, so we had Emily Sandé was a big winner, and then Ben
Howard.
Yeah, he was. I mean, I think obviously when it comes to the Brits, it is a panel of people, stuffy, music people who will decide who wins.
No, but I think some of the awards, I don't know which ones exactly, but some of them are chosen by people. So
that's only the best British single.
No, but I think there were two. There was one
British
chosen by Radio 1 and one chosen by Capital.
Yeah, there's only like 2 awards, but other than that, calling him Ben Johnson now, Ben Howard, he won Best British Solo Male, Best British Breakthrough Act. And a lot of people were saying on Twitter, who is this dude?
But you know what? Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe the fact that he's not in the mainstream, maybe that's actually a good thing. And
it's good for him.
That music is actually starting to be about quality and talent, not just about,
I suppose when it's a board of music people, industry music people that are deciding, they are going to hone down on quality. So, Best British Group, you had One Direction in there, you had some others. And if it was probably voted by the public, probably they would have won. But because it was voted by, these board, these invisible people that we don't see. Mumford and Sons got it. So good or bad thing sometimes, I don't know.
But I think that Mumford and Sons and Sons not getting it after getting the Grammy would have been a bit strange. It would have been a bit odd. So that's probably what you know, led to that decision.
What I found was interesting was International Female Solo Artist. Now the nominees for that were Alicia Keys. I love you, Alicia, but I'm going to put you to the side because you're not in the running anymore. I'm afraid. I'm sorry. Then you had Cat Power, who is someone, you know, not very well known.
Not mainstream. She's not mainstream.
Not mainstream. You had Rihanna, who I would have issues with, but I would accept because technically she has, you know, dominated internationally. And then you had Taylor Swift,
who probably should have won, to be honest.
Do you reckon?
I think she should have won. Lana Del Rey should not have even have been nominated.
I don't know how that happened. It was a big surprise to me. And then for her to win it,
it's very strange.
Do you know, that is the one category that I can honestly say my jaw dropped.
That was very strange.
I was like, what is going on?
Nominated, the fact that she won.
Her live performance. I mean, the music is kind of okay.
Let's just say it how it is. She can't sing.
There are issues. There's a debate out there. There's a theory out there. I'm being diplomatic. I'm being the mint reviewer.
You're kinder than I am. She cannot sing. Her songs. I mean, it's to me, this is like the Katy Perry syndrome. The songs are good lyrically. You know, the production, great songs, but she cannot sing. Same with Katy Perry. Great songs, but cannot sing. So it's the same problem. But she should not have won that award. Definitely.
I think we can agree with that.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
What was interesting for me was Best British Single. Now, for me, this is voted by the public, which is sometimes good or bad because if there's a standout, very popular person who's got a very strong fan base, they will win. I think that the best song of last year for the UK was Labyrinth and Emily Sandé with their song Beneath Your Beautiful. That was a beautiful
song. It wasn't the best of last year.
Look at the choices. We had Coldplay and Rihanna with Princess of China, DJ Fresh with Rita Ora, Hot Right Now, Emily Sandé Next to Me, James Arthur from X Factor with Impossible, Jessie J, Ollie Murs, Robbie Williams.
I think Skyfall is actually the best of that list. Looking at that list, it's the best of that list.
To me, when they gave that award, I was to Adele with Skyfall. I was like, I think I threw my pen or whatever I was holding. I think I threw it down on the floor, and I was like, "Are you serious?" And there is a theory out there that because of what happened last year at the Brits, where she was cut off in her speech, they somehow, and to me, I just think move on.
You're saying it's a fix?
No, well,
it was voted by the public.
They was, oh yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, oh God, okay, that throws my theory out the window.
Exactly. That was the best song of the year. Like, out of this, not of the year, but out of that list, that was the best song.
Oh my God, that throws my theory out the window.
It does.
It throws. I don't know how that happened. Then I really don't know how that happened. Maybe she's more popular.
And don't forget that Skyfall is the most successful UK film ever. The film itself. So people are going to be voting for the song. People love Adele. It's like I said, if you've got a strong fan base, people are going to vote for you.
Well, yeah, I guess she's also got a strong fan base now as well. Yeah. So Best British Female, Emily Sandé. Yeah, I guess that was right to do that. And then the performances, we've already spoken about JT. He performed. Then we had Muse, who opened the show. What did you think?
I like that. I actually like Muse, and I like the performance. It was good.
Very solid. Very solid performance. The performance that I felt. Who else performed?
Robbie Williams was a mess. Robbie Williams.
That was the one.
Robbie Williams was a hot, sizzling mess.
Sizzling.
Okay, sizzling mess. Okay, the key was off the whole song. He sounded like he was strained. It was.
Do you know
the
what?
song itself is not great. Let's be fair.
Pep,
the song itself isn't great.
Pep, for me,
but
I felt first of all, I don't know what it is and the Brits where they feel that, I don't know if he's done something, he's paid someone off to say, look, you must invite me every year and sometimes let me perform. I don't know what he was doing on that stage. His time has passed, okay? The Brits, this is a message for you at the Brits. Robbie Williams does not need to be invited every year and he does not need to perform. And also, the performance was, it was one of those performances where it's like, I feel bad for him. And I'm sure that in his mind, he's thinking this isn't working out, but I just got to keep it going to the end of the song. Vocally, the man is not there, and he's never really been there vocally.
He wasn't even a great singer beforehand.
So for me, that performance was, he didn't need to be on that stage. He took someone else's spot. He did, and I can't remember who else. Oh, One Direction performed. They performed the Comic Relief single,
it's a good song.
One Way or Another.
It was a solid performance. I've got nothing to say.
I mean,
it was okay.
My boys are vocally strong.
Not always,
but
not always vocally strong.
They are vocally strong.
Not always.
But I like the song. I don't know why they chose that particular song, but I think they did well. But what's interesting, I don't know if you've heard that this Jake Bug guy.
Yeah.
He's come out and sort of said bad things. Bad things that they shouldn't be considered. They're crap, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, for me, I feel that I like it when musicians have some sort of, I don't know, you kind of want them to be respectful towards each other.
Why?
I think it's arrogant for that dude to come out and make that comment about another artist or group in another genre of music. You're not doing the same music. Have respect for each other's genre. And I just think I think that was.
Don't forget this guy. I mean,
bad.
He's obviously come out. He's a new artist. He wants to generate some headlines for himself, which he's done. That job done. That's it.
So
it's as simple as that.
So that's the way to do it.
Why not?
No, I'm not down.
No,
with
but
that.
you're not down with it because it's against your boys. It was against him.
Not really. No,
else.
I think.
If it was against anyone else,
if he came out and said, oh, maybe, I don't know. If he came out and said Robbie Williams shouldn't be...
Right, then you wouldn't have a problem, would you? It's because he said it against your boys, that's why. That's all it is.
Oh, well, I don't know. I just don't think it's a very redeeming quality, Jake.
He's just trying to make a name for himself. He's a young kid as well.
Yeah, he is actually. But actually, he's done quite well, to be honest, in terms of his own music.
So he's young as well, so, I cut him a bit of slack for that reason.
So is there anyone, before we close down the whole discussion about the Brits, is there anyone that you think should have been recognised? Oh, you wanted to talk about actually the global success.
Yeah. Why was there an award created for One Direction? There were no other nominees for that award other than One Direction.
I'm going to explain.
Have you ever heard of this award before? And let's see. I put money down now. I put down a tenner that award will not be around next year.
Okay.
That's what I'm
going to respond to this, and I'm going to shut things down and bring things to a close. Because the way I see it is, it may or may not have been created for One Direction. But the fact of the matter is that in the last year, British acts have been doing very well in America. There has been a British invasion, okay? We have, of the 5 top albums in America, 3 of them, maybe 4, if I'm not quite... I know it was Adele and 2 of the One Direction albums, and I think another British artist, I'm sorry for not remembering at this point in time, and then Taylor Swift, who's an American artist, dominated the album sales in America. So I don't think it's something which can be ignored. It's a thing that we have to recognise, and I think it was right for them.
How many other nominees were there?
I think it was right for them to acknowledge the success, the global success.
How many other nominees were there for this award?
Well, they didn't. I mean, it's said to be Adele, Mumford and Sons. I think it was Mumford and Sons actually that makes up the 4th.
On the day of the Brits, when they announced the award, I don't remember seeing any VTs for the other nominees. They just showed a VT for One Direction.
Because it's like, the Lifetime act, what's that normal,
they already have a Lifetime award.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, it was like that. They did it like that. They don't show all the people that they might give Lifetime awards.
No, but hang on. For the Lifetime award, there's only one person that wins that. There are no VTs.
Exactly. So
there are no nominees for
they're doing the global success in the same way. They're recognising someone or an act that was particularly successful in this year.
Listeners, help me out. There are no nominees for the Lifetime Award. That's why they only play the VT of the person who gets the award.
And the same is for Global Success Award. There's no nominee. They chose who they thought was particularly successful, and it was One Direction.
I'm pretty sure Adele sold more albums than those guys.
Actually, Adele sold more albums, but I think One Direction have sold more music, singles and albums, and also they're doing a 150-date tour. I think that also should be recognised.
What I'm saying is, let's see if that award is here next year. That's what I'm saying to you.
I don't mind if it's not there next year, because next year there might have not been an act from the UK, from the Brits.
But that's a ridiculous award then, an award that you just have as and when you feel like it.
Well,
it's ridiculous.
Because if there was a couple of acts from this year who've done particularly well, why should they not recognise it?
They've already been recognised because they get awards. That's how they're recognised. That's what the Brits are for. The Mercury Awards are for. The Grammys are for. They have awards already.
Yeah.
So they've already been recognised. Mumford and Sons got Best British Group.
I'm endorsing this award.
Of course you are.
If next year it turns out to be someone else, I think it's a legitimate award. I think it's a legitimate award. If there's an act that's particularly done very well, why should they not be recognised for that?
I think everyone else that's not a One Directioner.
I'm not. I'm actually very neutral, to be honest. I'm not.
Hello.
I am a directioner in my private life. But she's for business.
She's the director in all parts of her life. Okay.
For business, I'm very neutral. Okay, so there you go. That's it. Remember to check out madaboutthebeat.com.
Over and out.
Oh dear.
We should watch this film now.